EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 24, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there, a jumbo package look. Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Locke going to get this out quickly. Sutton with it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
At the 10-yard
Brent, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. From the 10, 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
This is taken just shy of the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted by the Broncos.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And a Broncos first down.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into it.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them.
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson on the crossing route, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
He was brought down.
They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
1st down, Denver.
Lock now on 1st down. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Lock working out of the gun. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made at the
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 36, Lock. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
4-yard pickup on the play. And the Broncos 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd down.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this 1st half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Duke Dawson picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
They'll take over.
We haven't even escaped the 1st half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the 1st half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Brings up 2nd and...
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Alexander Johnson. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A quick throw outside by Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make the score 14-0. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
The 15-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Ray Campbell. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy.
Locke's pass.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where... They'll spot him. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Throwing is Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. A first down for Connor and then some. And he gets this one down to the 24. 22 yards there, a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7 from the 20. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Not much there, only a yard. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Boyle there to make the grab. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
Lining up for the
Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, Locke got Gordon open, completes it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. On 1st down, Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Denver.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run it here with Gordon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
At the 6-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the 29, Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Locke. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Touchdown.
Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Broncos 28, Ravens 7. Brandon McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He uncorks it for Snead. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Intercepted.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Block with a quick throw out to Judy. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a throw here to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Loss of 2 yards.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is taken around the 12. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Play on the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
At the 28-yard line.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Open man, Boykin, he's got him. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
His kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 17.
Broncos 31.
A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Denver, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will get another road test next week as they head to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.